What is up, everyone? This is Mr. Greathouse back in action with what you can see up here. Complex sentences coming at you today. Kind of a hard concept to grasp at times for some of my students, but don't sweat it. I got your back. Hopefully, you can sit back, relax, strap on a seatbelt because this is Mr. Greathouse's English stuff. So hopefully you guys can grasp this and jump on this complex sentence train as you see here today. It's really, if you guys can follow along with the independent clause, dependent clause thing, where we went over with the simple sentences, guys. It's not going to be that hard. In past videos, I've talked about a couple of different conjunctions, and today you're going to see that different conjunction. We talked about the fanboys or the coordinate conjunction that links the two independent clauses together in a comma. Today you're going to be learning about the subordinate conjunction, and sometimes needs a comma and sometimes doesn't. So we had talked about before the whole idea of a simple sentence of having a subject, verb, and a complete thought. That is, we are carrying that straight over here to complex sentences, but today I'm going to tell you about a dependent clause. A dependent clause is kind of a fragment. It's a piece of a sentence, kind of like when we went over in past videos. So a complex sentence is whenever you take a combination of a dependent clause and an independent clause and you put them together in some sort of fashion. I could go with although I woke up tired, I had to stay awake to catch my bus. Now, when we talk about dependent clauses, this right here in red is a dependent clause. It's dependent upon something. In my past videos, I talked about Homer Simpson being dependent upon Marge to survive. That's the same concept here. So if this was Homer Simpson here, a dependent clause that is dependent upon something, it can't stand alone. Okay, so if I went up to somebody and I went up, let's say I went up to one of my coworkers and I was like, man, although I woke up tired, and then I just like stand there and stare at them, like it's gonna get awkward because it's not a complete sentence, it's not a complete thought. They're gonna be sitting there wanting more, like, dude, what are you saying? Like, you woke up tired, what? So, although I woke up tired, I had to stay awake to catch my bus. All right, this is an independent clause. It can stand by itself. This would be the Marge category, okay? Um, so you have your subject, which is I. Your subject is the one that is doing the action. So I stay awake, whatever, had to stay awake um, to catch my bus. That's a complete thought, okay? Now, we talk about subordinating conjunctions, subordinate conjunctions, whatever. Here is a list of examples. If you see any of these words, I try to tell my students this all the time. If you see any of these words in a sentence, usually it's going to be a complex sentence. Um, you know, after I woke up, I got breakfast. Although I was feeling sick, I still went to work, which is a big no-no, by the way. Don't do that. As I was walking down the street, I stepped in dog poop. I don't know. There's a bunch of different ways that you can do this, but the examples that I've given you up to this point, even the ones that I've said to you out loud, they've had the subordinating conjunction in the beginning of the sentence. Now, sometimes you're going to have your subordinate conjunction come in the middle of your sentence, and that's perfectly fine. As long as you have an independent clause, which is a simple sentence, you can have in a dependent clause, it's a complex sentence. Um, you can have one independent clause and two dependent clauses, and it's still going to be complex. That doesn't change anything. So if we come down here, you can check the Spanish speaking skills. I'm not just an English teacher. I'm not a Spanish teacher by any means. Don't quote me on that. It says if the subordinate conjunction does not come at the beginning of a sentence, you do not need a comma to put these clauses together. I see a lot of people use because. And I'll show you an example here in a second. So this is an example of your subordinate clause or your subordinate conjunction, sorry, coming in the middle of your sentence. So I went to sleep after I got home from school. So it's still the same concept, okay? After I got home from school is still a dependent clause. All right, because if you broke these down like I have them color coordinated, this is still going to be a dependent clause. It still cannot stand by itself. Now, I went to sleep. That's an independent clause. Put these two together, you have yourself a complex sentence. A common issue that I see a lot of kids struggle with is, and I see a lot. It's not even kids. I always say kids in my videos, but like I see adults make these mistakes all the time. Again, sorry for the mechanical keyboard. Um, I was mad because I woke up early. I know this is dealing with sleep. I don't know why, but I see a lot of people try to use because as a coordinate conjunction, and that's not it at all. Um, if that's the case, and you have a sentence with because, just take the comma out, and that would still be a complex sentence. Because I woke up early, I was mad. Either way you put those, you're still getting the same thought across. Okay. I've still been trying to work on the timing for these videos. I know my first one was super long, but I really wanted to hammer home that concept of simple sentences and things of that sort. So, guys, hopefully you get a decent grasp on what a complex sentence is and how to punctuate them. Next, we'll be moving on to some other concepts. A lot of people have been wanting homophones. I know that's a pet peeve of a lot of people, including myself. But guys, I'm glad that you guys are sticking around. Thank you for the kind messages, comments that have been sent my way on just a bearded guy that's in his basement doing some videos in front of a webcam with no audience except for my daughter's toys in the back. So, guys, once again, I hope you all stay safe. I hope you're washing your hands. And I will continue to pump out these videos for as long as you want me to. If you need me to share these to you, just shoot me an email, shoot me a text, shoot me a message on Facebook, YouTube, whatever it may be. Guys, I can share this page of notes with you. No big deal at all. Guys, thank you very much. I hope you all stay safe. I will talk to you later.